welcome to College Station, Texas. Kyle Field over the 12th man and the Texas A&M Aggies. As we'll see, the number 12 team in the country, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on the 8th-ranked team in the land, the Texas A&M Aggies. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Alabama about to kick off to get things started. He'll return it. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Wide receiver comes in motion. Off the play fake on first down. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
I love the offense coming out being aggressive on the first play of the game. They're trying to take momentum right away, but the defense was waiting and they were ready, and they get the interception. You can't start a ball game better than the way the defense just did there.
I'm about to say, the defense loves that they came out like that too. Like expecting the pass, played the pass, made the first big play in this ball game, the very first play of the game.
They go right back to their man on 2nd and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown time. A quick strike, just as we expected.
Yeah, and quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
And they tacked on the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He's going to bring it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. So the Texas A&M offense returns to the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good...
Lets it fly. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down.
You just wonder if the quarterback's trying to get it all back after throwing a pick the last time out. This time, that was not a good read. The defender was all over that throw. He should have intercepted that, but thanks to the drop, the offense stays on the field. This quarterback has got to take a breath, and he's got to settle himself down.
Now facing a 3rd and long. To throw, it's Reed. Now improvising. He'll try to do it himself. He goes out of bounds just short of the 30 at the 29-yard line, and when you're backed up, execution like that at a premium. A&M comes back out with another first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the right. Almost intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. The defense almost came up with a turnover.
What a rough start for this quarterback. Already throwing one interception, throwing another ball in harm's way. They got to find a way to settle him down a little bit, maybe give him some easier throws because his decision-making so far has not been good.
Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
Get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon, and he's putting this defense on alert early.
At the 45 on his way. Out of bounds at the 43-yard line after the huge pickup.
And he's just proving it time and time again, man. He has that feel. He obviously has the ability to pick up and put him down and go get first downs, but I think the timing of when to scramble and when not to scramble, he's really got that figured out, and you can tell it's going to be a big part of the game.
I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
And that is not where you want to miss. You do not want to miss high over the middle. A lot of that times that turns into an interception. He doesn't get that, but he's got a...
Oh, he's got some space. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up for the first down. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
The Aggies with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. The play action fake. Fires complete on the crosser. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. And the Aggies have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Love the way he didn't just run to a spot. He found the cushion in the zone and got himself open for the first down.
Yeah, and you're taught to find that space. Don't run right into a zone defender who's sitting there looking at the quarterback.
Throw to the end zone, picked off. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
They'll snap it from the 37 for the first play of this drive. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Quick spin on the run. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody...
And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Recovered by the defense, and he's off. They drag him down pretty quickly, but the defense forced a big turnover. And the quarterback just couldn't bring himself to pull the trigger and get rid of the ball, and they knock it free.
So let's give the secondary tons of credit, right, Reese? They were doing an outstanding job in the...
Turning it on. Out of bounds he goes. They'll mark it at the 16.
It's not a great feeling on defense, too. When you're blitzing, you're expecting to get a sack. You're expecting to get a hit on your quarterback. If the offensive line and running backs pick it up, because now you have one less guy in the back end trying to cover all these receivers and tight. You're in trouble.
And you see this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
So now it's 2nd and long. They'll run play action. Looking to the big tight end. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, that's just a great play by the defender and great timing. It was the hit that forced that incompletion.
It'll be 3rd and long. The give to the tailback. He'll be down at the 4-yard line after that terrific run.
Oh, that's frustrating for a defense. 3rd and long, you're thinking pass, pass, pass. Great play call. Catch him off guard. 1st down for the offense.
And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the 1st quarter. So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the 2nd. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. Off the play fake. Big guy smells it. And they will score. Touchdown, Aggie. The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. Coming out with it, it's Williams. He'll be out of bounds at the 23 after gambling and bringing it out of the end zone. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. We've got to execute, we've got to lock in.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. Crosses the 45. Across the 50 and knocked out of bounds at the 48. An explosive play gets this offense working. The Crimson Tide rolling on the ground, tries to keep momentum going. Motion from the wide receiver. Touch pass on the jet sweep. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
Man, the defense, you hold your breath. When this receiver has the football out in space, you have got to make sure you're playing with outstanding pursuit. Nice job there, but as this game goes on, they've got to keep an eye on this guy and make sure they know where he is at all times.
He wants to change this route. Looking downfield, it's Simpson. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. He'll be pushed out of bounds at about the 33-yard line.
It's just so nice as a coaching staff when you've got quarterbacks who make good decisions. And on a 2nd and short play, you're throwing it, you're trying to catch the defense napping, you might take a shot, nothing there. Go get it yourself. Make the right decision to keep it, not panic, and get you a fresh set of hands.
Long incompletions are okay. We got to take shots. You got to make big plays in college football. I love that you're taking shots. Keep taking them. Some of those are going to come home. Some of them aren't. But when they come home, they equal big-time points.
Wants to go up top. This time on target. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch. Alabama quickly back to the line. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. He's got it and still on his feet. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
Miller with the ball. He's going to lose a yard on that one. We'll take a quick break here. 2 minutes to play in the first half. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down. They can't pick up the first without scoring. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on 3rd down.
And that's a gut punch, especially if you're the offensive coordinator, because that was sort of a foreign look, the pre-snap motion, a timing play, trying to get the receiver the football quickly. You're expecting to outflank.
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. The Aggies backed up deep in their own end, trying to create a little space on 1st down. Working the middle. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. Looking to throw, it's Reed. Got his man in the middle. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4. And the Aggies with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Back to pass. Quickly out on the screen to the wide receiver. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. He wants to throw it again. Gonna take a shot. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down.
Well, it looked like the offense had a rhythm here early in the drive, getting a 1st down, but I don't know about that play call. Going deep on 3rd down, low percentage throw, It falls incomplete, and all that momentum that was established early in the drive, that's gone away now if you have to punt.
Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. They got him for the sack, and now get the ball back after the 4th down stop.
There are analytics out there in college football that say maybe you can go for that at that point of the field here in the first half. It's still early. If you don't get it, you can come back later in the game, make it up, score some more points, and that mistake will be erased. The problem is right now at this juncture of the game, that was a big-time error. The fact that you didn't get that, you're now gifting your opponent points.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. One man in the backfield, and he gets it. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Back to throw, it's Simpson. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Alabama!
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now going into the half with the lead, with the momentum?
Well, they break the...
And here's a fumble way behind the line. Oh, the fumble, and the defense got it. The 50. At the 30. He's at the 10. What a bizarre turn of events. He scooped up the fumble and took it all the way back for 2. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Owens. He stopped at the 23, a couple yards short of where he would have been with a touchback. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. These corners going to give these receivers some space. Got the quick completion. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over him. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. To the air on 2nd down. Unloads to the wideout. It's complete. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. The Aggies lining up, just needing a few tough inches on 3rd down. They'll try to get it through the air. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Catch inside the 25. He just brought some serious energy, making that huge play and getting it all the way down to the 23-yard line. Texas A&M ready to kick it away to get the 3rd quarter started. And with that kickoff going out of bounds, they will get great field position to start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Little touch pass to the receiver. Stop just across the 50 at the 49-yard line. It's a pickup of 10 and a 1st down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Back to pass, it's Simpson. Got it behind the line. It's Miller. There he goes. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be 1st down. That is a time-honored way to slow down the rush, hit him with the screen, and a chunk play.
Yeah, such a great job because you're flying up the field to get to the quarterback because everything looks like pass down the field. Let those guys get up the field, throw it right behind him. He does a little bit of the rest, making some moves, getting upfield, making the big play.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Quarterback making checks. Lost to throw again. He tosses one high and deep down the left side.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. Alabama pushing the tempo. From the red zone, looking for a space. He caught it. He gets it in. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback and wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone, it's Owens. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. Looking to throw, it's Reed. Throws to the wideout. And they can't make the connection. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Unloads to the wideout. That one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
Yeah, just not able to connect that time with his target on the in-breaking route. You got to have a little bit better rhythm. You know these windows are going to be small over the middle of the field, and that's why you try to put some extra mustard on it, but I think that time that's what forced the incomplete.
He stopped at the 23 and still a ways to go to pick up the first down.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
He'll be forced out of bounds at the 28-yard line as this offense tries to mount a drive. Texas A&M back to work with another first down. Looking to throw on first down. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. One of the mantras of the Crimson Tide is they want to make your rear end quit. And that defensive line can certainly do that.
Big, physical. You've seen all these guys up front. They're strong at the point of attack, and they make you earn everything you get. And the athleticism when they get you in passing situations and they know you're going to pass, they're going to come after your quarterback.
Well, after struggling so much in the first half, you thought they would have made some adjustments here at halftime to see if they can open up this passing game. But early on in the second half, they're just not really able to get that done. Incompletion on third down in your own end, you're expecting them to punt.
Got out of trouble and throws. And that is interception. loud. Autzen Stadium in Eugene. As we'll see the number 12 team in the country, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on the 5th-ranked team in the land, the Oregon Ducks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. Alabama about to kick off to get this game underway. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. And he winds up right where he would have on the touchback. Goes out of bounds at the 25. Moore will throw. Pressure coming. Gets rid of it. He's got an open man. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
Ooh, that's a nice throw. Great accuracy there. And you think about Oregon quarterbacks, I know we think about guys running around a little bit, but think back to guys like Dan Fouts, A.J. Feely. How about that name? Joey Harrington, of course, Justin Herbert. These guys could thread the needle from the pocket, make all the throws. This guy here reminds me a little bit of them.
Gonna let it fly. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him, and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that.
And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
And I love playing man coverage on the back end, getting in those receivers' faces. Don't let them feel comfortable and run zone where they can find all these holes in the zone, and my rush can't get home. Pressure them, pressure them, pressure them.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose.
That ball carrier is very lucky. That easily could have ended up in the hands of the defense. You have got to do a better job with ball security.
And the Ducks will call on their punt team. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Catches it at the 30. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. They go to the ground. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D-linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
They'll go with a direct snap. Can't get him to the ground.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Dropping back, it's Simpson. Still looking, on the move. Trying to escape and get it himself. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one.
And that's a missed opportunity by the defense, because if this quarterback is going to decide to run the ball, you have got to make him pay. You at least have to hit him and put him on the ground. I know they didn't give up a big, long, explosive run, but you got to get shots on this guy when you can. That time, they let him get out of bounds.
The Tide with the 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Moving out of the pocket. He makes a little bit of headway and is pushed out of bounds at the 43.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense. And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. Going to try to get it himself. On the move at the 30. He's finally shoved out of bounds at the 23-yard line, and a big pickup on that one.
That's the danger as a defense when you blitz this guy on 3rd down. If you don't get him to the ground right away or someone's out of a gap, his scrambling ability can hurt you, and that's exactly what happened. He saw open field, he took off, and he was able to go get the 1st down.
I think a trait of a running back that you really look for is a guy that can bust tackles. Man, a guy that can make something out of nothing when it's not there. And just a really good job breaking the tackle, continuing to keep the play alive, and never quit.
Trying to buy a little time, and he cannot, but he does get it back closer to the line of scrimmage.
That defender is a matchup nightmare for any offensive lineman to block. He's got athleticism, he's got length, he's got flexibility. He put it all on display on that sack.
And he couldn't find quite enough running room to reach the line to gain.
Well, it's no wonder this quarterback is getting more and more confident. Not necessarily throwing it, but I think running it. We saw that earlier in this drive, too. On that last play, he's thinking to himself, man, it's been working for me so far. Every time I just tuck it, take off scrambling, something good seems to happen. So that's not going to stop. And I think moving forward, this defense has got to expect him to scramble more often.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. Both sides trying to find a little rhythm and efficiency and move the ball some here as we start the 2nd quarter. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. To the air, it's Simpson. Extending the play. He's got it on the run. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. A 3rd and goal, and this defense feeling energy from the crowd. Looking to the end zone. And the throwing catch was good, but you got to do it in the field of play, and he couldn't quite keep that foot in bounds. Now on 4th down, they'll settle for a field goal try. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Absolute shame. Missed it. Kicker couldn't quite get it through, and the scoreboard remains the same. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. 2nd and short, maybe looking for a shot. Snagged in the middle. It's low. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line. The Ducks moving quickly to the line. Looking downfield on 1st down. Gonna take a shot. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. And he got a hand in there. Knocks it away. Incomplete.
We just have not seen this offense look very sharp so far in this game, running or throwing it. The 2nd half, throwing it specifically, I think they need to find a better rhythm. They've got to find a way to get some completions strung together.
That's caught. It's Hughes. Crosses the 30. He's got away. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. The Ducks are flying down the field. Looking to pass inside the red zone. He's got it on the move. Touchdown, Ducks! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. The give out of the gun. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Rides the back on the option. The give. Breaks into the open. Lowers those pads. And that tackle almost certainly saved a touchdown after he ripped off a huge gain.
This is one way you can try to attack the perimeter of the field, right? Get the option play going. Quarterback has it, reads his key, pitches it out to his running back to see what he can go do in space.
Offense picking up steam. 1st and 10 from the 31. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Nowhere to go with the ball and down. He goes at the 39.
And that's just what this defense needed. Nice job getting upfield, getting after the quarterback, putting that last play behind him. Big gain, so what? Great job being dialed in on 1st down to the pass and getting the sack.
He scrambled forward and got a few and turned that into a positive play. Now, they missed a field goal on the last drive, but you need to get points here, so they need to pick up some yardage to at least get in range for their kicker. Caught near the sideline, it's Miller.
3rd down is money down. You got to find a way to execute and get the ball out, get it to your playmakers. That was the opposite of that. They got it to their playmakers, and they got absolutely nowhere. Lost yards on the play. 4th down now upcoming.
Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the outside.
Doing all that running, don't even know how to throw the ball. Crazy, man.
Changing play. I love when you see defensive players, they jump on the ball like they were the offensive guys. So aggressive, going and getting that pick, creating some big mojo for your team.
Might be calling a hot route. Moore to the air. Quarterback now breaking the field. Underneath toast of coverage. Got it deep downfield. Touchdown, Oregon. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
But you got to play way better call coverage on that, my boy. Send him in the flat. You crazy. You thought I was going to run that thing, didn't you? Psych.
He looked like a young, athletic Jesse Palmer getting outside the pocket and throwing a dime.
You got to play better defense than that, my boy. That's easy. I ain't like you. I ain't running with the quarterback. I'm passing that thing. I know you see my passing percentage, bro. You know I'm throwing that thing. Stop playing with me. Respect the stats, man.
He can advance it after the catch and take it all the way into the end zone.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
I'm so used to you now. I already know you finna run with that quarterback because you can't throw. You might can run, though. I give you that. You can run the ball, but you cannot throw that ball, bro.
Wants to go up top on 1st down. He lets it fly. Makes a grab on the shot. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard
Got
line.
lucky on that one, my boy. You about to throw a pick. Don't let it fool you. You're about to throw a goddamn pick. Don't let that shit fool you.
Waiting for that play, right? They haven't been throwing it a lot. They've been real sluggish. They've got no points on the scoreboard. And now they come up with an explosive play in the passing game to get them in a position to score some points here, hopefully a touchdown, before this 1st half closes out.
Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. He'll pull it down and run. He'll step out of bounds. He's at the 33-yard line.
This quarterback, man, looks like he's playing angry right now. He did not like that interception he threw the last time out on the field. You could see on the sidelines, guys. He could not wait to get back out there, and that time it was like he was running mad. I don't even know if he really wanted to throw that ball. He just wanted to take off, scramble, go get the 1st down.
When I have all that speed on the field, I got to find a favorable matchup. They're all across the board. Which guy do I know can win? Man-to-man coverage, you can see that guy can win on that play.
On the move, he fires. It's caught downfield. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal.
And it's so hard to be on the run and make an accurate throw. It's just very tough. Very few people can do it. I mean, again, we see the freaks and we see the highlights.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Bama!
That's exactly what this offense needed to do. You talk about answering at the right time, right before the half, close this gap, create some momentum, go into the half, put something together, try to come out with your...
Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted.
I love the coverage by the defense right here. Great job getting up in their space. Nothing easy down here for a 2-point conversion. The interception was just great.
From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Quarterback may change this route. Moore will throw. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. And they make the play to stop the scoring opportunity just before the end of the half.
And you wonder if that interception is going to bring this guy back down to reality a little bit. He was lights out early in this game. Everything he was throwing was right on the money, and that might have been a decision where he got a little bit greedy, and David, the defense made him pay.
And this defense has seen it time and time. They've been throwing the football, having success. Nice job adjusting, breaking on the football, making a play. They needed to break serve. They needed something to happen to go their way to kind of mess this guy's rhythm up. That might be the startup.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Finds his man. It's Williams. They bring him down, but it'll... First down at the 42. Just enough time to get off one more snap. DBs will try to keep everything in front. Here he goes breaking the pocket. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. And the defender is tackled, and that's how we'll run out the first half. They want to get the ball back right now, lining up for an onside kick to start the second half. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football. Here comes that Alabama offense. Those two first-half turnovers really damaging, and the primary reason they find themselves trailing to start the third quarter.
And this is an offense that prides themselves on taking care of the football and then having explosive plays. You know they're playing angry right now. They're mad. They know they're the reason why they're down in this game, so I expect them to come out here, lighten it up here after the first drive of the second half.
Yeah, and this defense playing fast, playing physical, forcing things into action, forcing...
Quarterback can pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41.
And this quarterback, man, you've seen him have some success, so you know he'll take off and run. The defense was ready, man. Nice job. This second half, this is a critical part of it. Don't let him beat you with his feet.
They are on the move as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 28.
You got to be impressed with the quarterback on that last play because he's already been sacked a ton of times in this game. He knows he does not have a lot of time to survey the field.
Fires toward the end zone. Almost intercepted. They took a shot on first down and just about turned the thing over.
Got to give this defense credit, man. They've been so good in the back end in coverage. They basically gave nothing away in the first half. And here they are in the second half defending a deep ball.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Looking for a man. It's Simpson. Skips away from pressure. Oh, he's got some space. He's forced out of bounds inside the 5 at the 4, and they save the touchdown, at least This Alabama offense is clicking. They're set up with another first down. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. These fans raising the volume on 2nd and goal. Back to pass. Steps away. Touchdown tie. Quick strike through the air for the score. They got the touchdown, but now they want the 2 to tie this baby up.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. We're taking shots. We need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. That 14, he's going to let it go. Brings it in down the left side. Off and running. Touchdown, Ducks.
Stupid ass nigga.
Lead with the 6.
I went with your quarterback because you ain't gonna try to score. Trash ass nigga.
Receiving touchdown of the game. Nice job by the offense, too. If I've got a matchup I like, continue to pick at it until they stop it.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the offense as they get set to take over. Scanning the field, it's Simpson. Fires on the move. Got it in the middle, it's Horton. All kinds of room to the right.
Bro, you fucking trash. Shut the fuck up. All you do is run with your quarterback. You fucking trash. You even lucky you got half of that shit in the fucking game. Shut the fuck up. You fucking trash.
Into the end zone now. Let's see if this gets this offense to hit overdrive.
Yeah, we may have a situation here. We might have points, and more points. You keep putting drives together like that quickly, chewing up that much yardage, defenses are going to have to get something figured out.
Well, there was a golden opportunity for the offense to come away with 2 points there, but he dropped it in the end zone. That's a catch you have to make.
From inside the 10, here he comes. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. He's moving out of the pocket. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Making side adjustments here. Right back up top on 2nd and 10. Makes the grab. It's Hughes. And he's got enough for the first down. It'll be at the 35. And the Ducks in the hurry up.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
This quarterback right now is in the groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
How about this defense? This defense is getting after the quarterback, making him feel uncomfortable. The 3rd sack of the day. Hard to have a good passing attack when your quarterback's trying to throw from the plate.
Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely.
Oftentimes when offenses get a first down, that's when they like to speed up the tempo, and you're seeing them now go hurry up.
Looking deep down the right side. A full dive to receivers won't let the ball hit the ground.
You remember that Jameis Winston game we called on a Thursday night? The ball didn't even hit the ground, did it?
It did not. 2 incomplete passes caught out of bounds. Quarterback just flat missed it. Incomplete.
Well, they're trying to get the big fella the football in the passing game, but haven't been able to do that yet. He is a really nice target with his size and his athleticism, but him and the QB, they just don't seem to be on the same page right now.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. It's 3rd and goal and a long way from the end zone. Moore to the air. Moves away as he feels pressure. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Oregon! This guy's putting the Oregon offense on his shoulders, carrying them however you want, on the ground or through the air.
I mean, so fun to watch when you got a guy that can do this. And we've seen it with the Ducks in history, man. They've had some great ones that put their team on their shoulders. If you need me to run it, I'll run it. If you need me to throw it, I can do that too.
Well, head coach obviously decided it was best to go for 2 points right there. They didn't get it, and you just wonder if chasing the points is going to hurt this team later in the game.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Wants to throw on 1st down. Now adjusting. And the rush will get to him at the 25. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. They've built a cushion. They've got a nice lead. Now the task is finish the deal as you take a look at the 3rd quarter stats. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. They had a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. He's going to take off. Didn't find much running room there. Picks up a few before he's forced out of bounds.
And I feel like this defense is starting to pick up on this quarterback's MO. You've seen it, right? Like, time and time again, he is willing to scramble. He wants to carry the football, kind of apprehensive, maybe doesn't want to make a mistake. I'd love to see him maybe hanging out.
Bro, what is you talking about?
Maybe make some plays down the field.
You just mumble jumping on the mic.
Out of possession here in the 4th, and they'll need to convert on this 4th down. Rush is on him. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over.
No, you mad about that, boy. You thought.
Wanted to keep the ball, but they did not. Great place to start for this offense.
Barry, you about to lose, bro. You talking about?
Moore will throw. The sweet feet buy a little time. Makes the grab. It's Benson. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
You see a lot of offenses late in the football game with the lead get conservative, not like they didn't. Like, they trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive. You know, they have to be aggressive because they're down. They've got to get to the quarterback. They've got to get stops.
Moves toward the end zone.
This nigga don't know how to pass. This nigga stupid. Your defense is straight. What type of bullshit is that? What's up, man?
They get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the 4th quarter, everything going in their direction.
Floating away. Tight end finds a soft spot. He's not going to make it. Stop short of the goal line, and they are unable to extend this lead any further. Here's the return from inside his 10. And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field.
You're not coming back, my boy.
Plan, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this bumpy ride so far and avoid the upset. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance.
Well, we've got a close
All
game
you
here
do
to
is
start
run
the
with your
fourth quarter, right? This team obviously
It's not
down,
Lamar
but not
Jackson.
playing close to the vest, being aggressive, first play of the drive.
Appreciate you.
And it's picked off for the
You
score.
thought?
Time to
Told you all you can do is run with your quarterback. Fucking
and he's
train.
gonna score on the interception.
Bye bye. Adios.